you for a seat. Let's beat what they say and then peep how they roll. Shaka put on his makeup and said he powdered his nose. Said you gotta be kidding me, talking about my fan. Shaka rocking that Remy and said he a cokehead. I call him Remy and Coke. I mean, I'm boys are a joke. I wish they would step to me and I be going for broke. Oh yeah, I talk with aggression, prefer to stick to the lessons. They be talking about Moors like they be banning them weapons. I know they only hotepping, yeah they fake with the lessons. They be talking the hard, but where the hell is the progression? Hotepping, misrepresenting the lessons. Yeah they screaming black power, but where the hell is the progression? Hotepping, oh yeah they fake with the lessons. Yeah they screaming black power, but where the hell is the progression? Hotepping, misrepresenting the lessons. Yeah they screaming black power, but where the hell is the progression? Hotepping. Yeah, they screaming black power, but where the hell is the progression? Side nutter, you know better than to test them more. I think I told you before, and look what happened to your boy. And now you got this Maybelline queen up on my screen. He grew a mustache, now you know what that means. Low self-esteem and got something to prove. That's right, I love Jesus, I got nothing to lose. I put my life on the line, and I'm bearing my cross. The Jesus that I come to love, walk like a boss. Yeah, he flip over tables, and I ride through the streets on the back of an ass because your clowns are weak. Yeah, you mad at your reach, you should be mad at your teacher. He took you all the way to Kemet and he still couldn't reach ya. My prophet, he was born in the state of NC. I was born in MD. You know where to reach me. You can't leave NYC without wearing a vest because you talk that mess. We not enlightened or impressed. Hotepping, misrepresenting the lessons. Yeah, you screaming black power, but where the hell is the progression? Hotepping, misrepresenting the lessons. Yeah, you screaming black power, but where the hell is the progression? Hotepping, misrepresenting the lessons. Yeah, you screaming black power, but where the hell is the progression? Hotepping. You know, back in the day they had this John, they used to call it like walk like an Egyptian. These clowns today, they do this joke called hotepping. That means they get this knowledge, they get this information, and then they start stepping to people as if they got some supreme knowledge, you know what I'm saying? That's just hotepping, they faking, man, I ain't with that. We go like, hotepping, misrepresenting the lessons. Yeah, you screaming black power, but where the hell is the progression? Hotepping, misrepresenting the lessons. Keep screaming black power, but where the hell is the progression? Hotepping, Shaka Amos, hotepping. Saru said he's hotepping. House of consciousness, hotepping, misrepresenting the lessons. Hotepping. Yo, you know who you are if you hotepping. You know, you get this little information and one step to everybody. Like, get out of here with that, man. Moors. It's a new day for the Moors. Yeah. We about to rain on all y'all. Let's keep it going. We're about to turn up on y'all. So we gonna wrap this up. Let's go. Hotepping, misrepresenting the lessons. Screaming black power, but where the hell is that? Hey family. Hotepping, misrepresenting the lessons. Yeah, they screaming black power. We got a midday dialogue going on. Family, we got a midday dialogue going on. What the hell is the progression? We like Facebook. What the hell is the progression? Y'all know we like Facebook. Because Facebook starts some good conversations. You know what I mean? And so, you know, I've noticed this brother on Facebook quite some time. And for the last couple months or so, you know, the brother be posting, you know. And I be listening here and there. But it's a few points that I disagree with. And one of the main points is the moment that you begin to minimize the Moorish Science Temple of America and its organized program to get us up out of this condition, that sends a red flag to me. And so, I'm actually excited that this brother will actually indulge me and have a respectable dialogue. Most people, as I talked to him on the phone just a moment ago, most people get it confused and think that my passion. Most people get it confused. Oh man, I should have changed what's the name before I went live. Hold up. Most people get it confused that my Let me see, did it change yet? It better change. Hold up. Let me change the thumbnail real quick for people seeing the wrong thing. Most people get it confused when I get passionate about what I stand for, and they begin to believe that I'm getting disrespectful, when in fact, I'm only passionate as to what I stand for. You know what I mean? And I think everybody should be passionate to what they stand for. And that's just what it is. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. If you're not passionate for what you say you stand for, then why are you standing for it in the first place? You know what I mean? I ask everybody if y'all are in support of this new lecture coming up, man. We're going to unfold some truth, man. I don't know if y'all like truth or y'all like entertainment. I'm going to give you a little bit of both, you know what I'm saying? Let me get this started, man. I got to get this started, man. I need to get me some water real quick. So let me play another song. Give me some water, because I'm about the midday turn up round here. You know what I mean? I'm about the midday turn up round here. This one for the people, man. Let me drop a bomb. Talk Bay. Drop a bomb on them. Talk Bay, drop a bomb. This is the midday family. We about to get right. Let's start it off. They just slow-mo. They don't know mo. Let's go. Never, never down no mo. They just slow-mo. Down no mo. What up? Let's go. They just slow-mo. Hey. Down no mo. Do I got some volume on this? They just slow-mo. Do I got some juice I put on this? They just slow-mo. Yeah. Where y'all at? They just slow-mo. See, I be coming at these Moors, and it's very simple. I be coming at these Moors because I don't consider these functional Moorish American Muslims. Man, I gotta work these Moors. And the Holy Prophet Noble Ali, the founder of the Moorish Science Temple. Y'all some lanes from across the border, you and your daughters. I mean, your little followers, you all out of order. I ain't taking nothing from you. What up? Y'all ready? To get his rep up and get the head up from the neck up. You gon' respect us. The elders once told me treat the people where they at, and you lower than the word, so you know you get the tech. Let's keep it simple, more. I'm a temple more. Either you wanna talk knowledge or you wanna go to war. Cujo, I will drag you by your dreads till you beg. Detach your arm, leg, arm, head. Boy, you don't want these problems. I know the low well. The policy forces be the same way. Go tell. They're gonna call them little names. Cause you living little games. Talk tough like you bout that, and I'ma forget how far I came. I never forgot my aim. I never forgot my ammo. I pray to Allah, but I still tie my camel. Hey! About this knowledge that you think you have. Matter of fact, forget it, boy. Don't make me laugh. What up? Smashville, what up? Moor, what up? Montezuma, what up? They slow-mo. Y'all got me share this or what? They gon' learn today. But they gon' learn today. But they gon' learn today. Let's get started. So now what you gotta say, huh? I broke the rules cause I'm a sheik and a Muslim, and I'm talking about boy, you know the lessons. The tools I took refine and mine are reclined. Man, tonight, right? I might come back tonight. I don't know what I'm gonna do tonight. Man, I might have to do a flow and go. Man, I got some bars, man. Y'all been listening? Let me share this link, man. Who gonna help me share the link, man? Because I'm about to call the brother on in a minute. Who gonna help me share the link? You know what I mean? Let me share the link real quick on Facebook, man. Because, man, I got bars, man. Y'all gonna ready make me start shooting these bars, man. I'm real serious with these bars, man. I take these bars very seriously, man. I'm trying to tell you. Take it real serious. All right? Take it real serious. I had the wrong what's the name up there, but that's all right. This is a midday demonstration. But family, this is a midday lesson, man. Where people, man, they be tripping, man. They be really thinking that they got this in the bag. But they don't got this in the bag. I mean, they ain't got it in the bag. Prophet Noble Ali got it in the bag. And with that being said, I need y'all to help me share the link. Because they ain't got it in the bag. You know what I might do is, I might go live on Facebook real quick. Nah. Let's keep it under wraps. Let's keep it under wraps. Y'all already start, man. Let me see if I can get this brother on the phone real quick. This is gonna be a good dialogue. Anybody know about the Moorish American government? Anybody know? Huh? I'm just curious. Anybody know about the Moorish American government? Anybody know about this flag right here? This is the Moorish American government. They say they're a real government. And his commentary was that, this organization is not basically going to be the liberating factor of our people. This is the Moorish American government right here, by this brother here. So we're going to talk about it, We're going to talk about it. Talking that you about it. Guarantee you when I see you, we can put some chalk around it. We going to talk about it, family. That's right. We about to talk about it. Y'all about to talk about it? Huh? Y'all about to talk about it, man. That's right. We going to talk about it. You know what I mean? Family. Man, listen, man. I'm a happy guy, man. Hey, let me tell you something. See, I'm a happy guy, man. Y'all gonna have to work with my goofiness. Because I don't got a problem with being funny and goofy. I can hold my own. Listen, I was like Daniels in the lion's den. You know what I mean? I was like Daniels in the lion's den. I can hold myself with the lions. For real. And so I don't mind being me. So y'all gotta work with, I can hold my own with the lions. Like real lions. Like for real. Yeah, alright, I'm just telling you. So I don't mind being me. And I ask you to be you too. But with that being said, first and foremost, I rise giving praise to the great God of the universal law. And I give honor to his prophet, Noble Drew Ali. And I give honor to each and every one of you. See, Sonny Boxing know what I'm talking about. When you can hold yours with the lions, man, you can do you. You ain't got to put up no front. You know what I mean? Mean mugging. You know what I mean? Mean mugging. Acting like, you so hard. I ain't got to do all that. Talking tough on Facebook. Like, for real. Like, talking real killer on Facebook. Like, what? Come on, man. I mean, anyway. Shout out to Sonny Boxing. Family, we about to get busy, family. Let me see if I can get this brother on the line, right? Let me see where he at. Let's see if we can get him on the line. We gonna get him on the line. So, matter of fact, I need to pull his number up. We gonna get him on the line. This gonna be a good dialogue, family. I mean, Islam. And another thing, I want to thank everybody that encourages me. You know what I mean? I want to thank everybody that encouraged me, man. I got more people that encourage me than I have more people that's hating. You know what I mean? I have more people encourage me to keep doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? As opposed to more people that are beating up as to what I'm doing, scared to hear the truth. I just responded to a brother, said, thank you for putting out the good information. I'll be getting this information. I'll be getting this all the time. So shout out to those who love the truth, man. Shout out to the lovers of truth. I'm responding to people right now. But now let me pull up the brother number real quick. And let's get him on. Here we go. I can't do it right now. Islam, sis. You're going to have to give me a second, sis. I'm live on Moorish World TV. We got a surprise midday show. You want to say hi to the people, sis? Say, hold on, sis. This is one about with divine ministers, Sister Kelly out of South Carolina. Give us some encouraging words, sis. Come on, sis.
It's on, fam. Listen, stay true to yourself. That's all I got for you. I wasn't expecting this, but yeah, all I got, Grand Chief.
Islam, sis. So I call you back. I call you back as soon as I end this broadcast. Islam? Islam. See, family. See, we live this for real. This 24/7. We don't play this online. I mean, that's our divine minister out of South Carolina, Sister Kelly Dukes Bay. Islam, sis. But I will be getting back with you shortly. With that being said, let me get the brother on the line now, man. Because I'm excited about this. And I hope you are too, because this is going to be a good dialogue. This is going to be a good dialogue. Let me see. Where you at? I done lost the number. But maybe he probably think I'm running. I hope he don't think I'm running. All right. Let me make sure he don't think I'm running. So I got to get him back. 312. Okay. Make sure he don't think I'm running. He might think I'm running. Yeah, I the only one that backed the Ark of Bay down. Y'all ain't telling me nothing. I backed him down. Yeah, man. I backed him down. Y'all ain't telling me nothing. Now, man. That's right. Y'all still with me? You know what I mean? Always support. Islam. So I hear you. Now let me make sure that the people can hear you. State your name and where you calling from, brother. And I'm gonna ask everybody press a 1 if they can hear you.
Well, brother, Ameen, from Chicago, Sarasota, and I represent our Moorish American government. Islam.
I think you may be too close to the phone because you sound a little muffled, just a little bit. I could understand what you were saying, but I want to make sure that the people press 1 if y'all can hear him and understand what he's saying. Islam, but go ahead, say it again, brother.
I said my name is Ameen from Chicago territory, and I am a representative of the Moorish American government.
Islam. So yeah, so it's a slight delay. So I want to make sure that people press 1 that they can hear you. Let me see. Did anybody press something? It said they say half, but you sound a little bit muffled. I got one.
Wow.
I can hear you good right there. That sounds pretty good right there when you say, "Oh wow."
Okay.
Okay.
So if I got the mic from okay.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Okay, that's okay, brother. So what I'm gonna do is I'm about to put your picture up here so the people know who we talking to.
Okay.
And this is my brother right here, Ameen L from the Chicago area. So brother, I'll let you introduce yourself. Who are you? Where do you come from? And how do you begin this journey of being a Moor or Moorish American?
Oh, wow. Okay, well, this is my destination. Okay, wait a minute. Ask the question again so I can follow the steps. You said where do I come from and then how do I begin?
When did you start your journey of unfolding your understanding that you're a Moorish American?
Wow. Okay, well, the precepts were given to me really at a young age. I really had come up about, I was an organizational member also myself at one time. I was always endowed with the principles. I never had the actual, the Constitution or the law itself. I come up under the organizational structure of, come across my test and all that stuff. But I've always had those principles of love, truth, peace, and justice. Yet, however, I was never actually, let's say, solidified really more so with the organizational structure of having the Constitution was not given to me.
Right.
Because those of us, to my immediate friends and whatnot, all we had was just the principles. We were saying we was organizational members by association and not really more so by affiliation, you see. But we always had those principles because we still acknowledge ourselves as such. And so other ones outside of that also, they greeted us and held us as equal as such. Okay? So now holding on to those principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, it was something that had always bothered me because even with the men who were saying that they were part and parcel of this organization and moving as a nation, were still going in adversity to the principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. So how can one say that they love their brother and their sister when yet and all they calling their brother Negroes, black colors, and they calling their sister B-I-T-C-H? That always bothered me. I never understood that. But the ones who come before me, I looked up to those ones as mighty ones. Okay, so so now coming to where I am now. Okay, I jump into the middle. So when Act 6, so now when I come into Acts and come into the divine constitution of a Moorish American people, which is broken down into organization, when it said in Act 6 that we are not Negroes, blacks, and colored people, why was it that those very ones who were the head of this movement still allowing, why would some of those followers calling our women and our brothers those very same names to lose back to slavery? Because the principles were stripping away, because they don't hold on to the principles. So when we go through my journey of life, I didn't agree with the actions of those men. So I removed myself from that structure. So by the age of 16, 17, I got fed up with it, so I started doing my own personal journey, but moving always in my principles. And somewhere around there, I ended up getting incarcerated. I went to the penitentiary, yet I started studying Islam, because I really wanted to get myself right. And then those Moors who knew me out in the street, I had to clean up my record and then really become, I went through all of the folders. I let them know my situation, what was going on. They gave me my blessings and everything else. Yet and all, I still have to unfold in my faith of Islam. So I still had to separate myself from a gang structure or the organizational structure and come into my fulfillment of my faith. So I started also with my unfolding of the teachings of the Mother Quran of Muhammad, and that's how I began my unfoldment. And then the Moorish, Moorish American, our Quran was introduced to me inside the penitentiary. So when I left out of the penitentiary, these lessons were starting to be given to me as I was exiting out. I stepped out, and then I come up to the unfoldment of the Moors here in the city. And me being a political fighter in the love of my people, I'm always ready to go and let them other ones know who we are. Yet and all, everybody was not with that. But it was just a strife going on. I wasn't sure as to why ones wasn't being as active as I was willing to go out. Ones were not willing to go to the steps that I was willing to go at that particular time. Well, they said they were in a little longer than I was. Well, okay. Yet I'm still like a firecracker. I'm still ready to go out there and let other ones know that they have to be removed out of our communities because they're making our communities into the situation that we are in now. But ones that's really welcome to go that extra mile. So, on the whole, I was given some information by a young woman on Facebook. She gave me the information, yet she's not here herself. So I was taking the information, I fed myself with it, and I'm here at the government now, and this is where I am.
Okay.
Is that clear?
Absolutely,
okay.
Absolutely. So, have you ever been a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America?
I have.
Huh?
I have.
Okay. And so now you're a member of what you would call the Moorish American government. I'm trying to find my page, but I just did. Now you're a member of the Moorish American government. What leads you to believe, or what is your concept of the Moorish American government and its relation to the Moorish Science Temple of America?
Okay, let me backtrack for a minute. I'm not a member of the Moorish American government. I am a citizen of the Moorish American government. Because our government is sovereign and separated from the United States in America. The memberships of the organization, the members of the organization belong to the government in which they make their annual tithes to. So, yeah, the government is named after its land, as the land is named after its people. But the corporation itself, which the prophet has set up as a charter within the confinements of the jurisdiction of the United States in America, those ones are still confined and subject to the jurisdiction of the United States. That's what makes me separate from the members and the churches within that jurisdiction. And this is why we're going out trying to tell the Moors, get them out of that jurisdiction and come into their own, so we can be one body of people, a nation, of politics.
So with you being a citizen of this government, with you being a citizen of this government, are you in fact not under the jurisdiction of the United States? In other words, if you would violate a law, they are unable to charge you or arrest you?
Okay, well, as a citizen of Moorish American, we live by our own divine principles, which is love, truth, peace, freedom. Okay, so what they may deem to be an unbroken law is not the same for us. Because mind you, well, first and foremost, this is the reason why we were to be taught how to be Moorish citizens within the temple, not the United States.
No, before we get to that, I'm asking. Before we get to that, I'm asking, because you are a citizen of the Moorish American government, is that does that make you not in the jurisdiction of the United States? Which means that doesn't apply to you, whatever they do in the United States.
Well, yes and no. Yes and no. Well, we know law governs all events. Okay, law governs all events. Because I am not within the jurisdiction of the United States does not mean I can just go out there and be an NBC, go be a part of our government and still act like I'm an NBC. So to act like NBC, yet I'm saying I'm a citizen in Moorish America, that's like oil and water just don't mix. Yes, I'm going to be extracted from out of there because I'm acting like an NBC. And this is the confusion right now with one of the people.
Right. Let me ask you a question. How was this Moorish American government established? You know, can you give us maybe a short, brief, step by step of how this Moorish American government was established?
But the prophet did say that he brought us everything it takes to save a nation. And he brought us everything it takes to save a nation. And a nation can only be recognized by its government and other nations. A nation can only be recognized by other nations by being represented by its own government, first and foremost. Every nation has its own flag, sign, and seal. Okay? And so, and ask that question again.
What I said was, can you give us a brief understanding of how this Moorish American government that you are a citizen of was established?
Yes. Okay.
And what year was it? Matter of fact, what year was it established, and how was it established?
Remember, the prophet did say by the year 2000, the Moors will be coming into his own. The prophet did say by the year 2000, the Moors will be coming into his own. You know, and I don't have the date. I think it was either 205 or 2005 or 2007. We were recognized as a sovereign nation. We were recognized as a government by the government officials who went through, according to law, everything that the prophet had laid down before his transition.
So what you're saying is that the government that you are a citizen of, it was in fact put in effect in 2005 approximately.
Around that, yes, it's around by 2005 5 or 7, somewhere right around that era. But
Oh, I'm gonna ask some questions and then we're gonna dialogue. You know what I mean? But go ahead, brother.
Oh, well, just say you were just asking, you know more so about how about the unfoldment. The prophet did say that by the year 2000, the Moor shall be coming into their home, and this is one of the precepts from one of those 90 revealing of the prophecies, and he prophesied about us coming into our own, and it had unfolded by one walking the steps faithfully of the prophet.
Okay.
Yes,
So if this government that you say that you are a citizen of, which is the Moorish American government, was formed in 2005, right? How do we ultimately explain that in 1928, 27, if you will, the prophet was giving away nationality cards saying that I am a citizen of the USA? How does that work? In the scheme of things.
That I don't want to cross a lot of hairs with. I don't really want to cross a lot of hairs with that, because my interpretation or my understanding of that may be kind of vague, because I really didn't study that particular. I read it, but it didn't sink in. You understand? So now you would have to go to one who actually knows that, and so all I can do is direct you and all the Moors to the to the chairman, our lawman, to allow him to express himself more clearly about that. Because if I may, when he made the transition, and how with other brothers end up stepping in and they start, giving the Dalvin and then making things their own. Remember he said, don't put the Moors on side affairs, and as soon as the prophet went on, and you had the brothers come along, marking their affairs. So, it was all kind of brothers started going in a direction.
But before let me readdress that again. So I'm just as a thinking man, and with all due respect, if I became if a government was birthed in 2005 and I became a citizen of that government, I had to become after 2005. But in fact, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali says in 1928, 29, or 28 rather, that he are teaching us the things necessary to make us better citizens.
Right, yes, sir.
Also, he says that you are a citizen of the USA.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So wouldn't that conflict with the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali maybe a little bit, if you're being honest?
No, we're not, because those were general laws then. That was right about, because those were general laws. That was the position to get the Moors out of the organizational structures of the churches, the Freemasonry, but yet more so come out of the 13th, that 14th, and that 15th Amendment. So when he come along, that was what it was. So when he said when that process was done, it was still a process, because it was general. It was making the Moors, teaching the Moors how to be more citizens, to learn who they are, so they can become, the better United States and America citizens. Yet, actually, we were Moorish Americans, but they were general. They were all general. Remember, he did say he would give us our supreme laws, we give it down to us later. And it says the supreme law, which is government.
Okay. All right. So now my follow-up question to that, and this is a question from a good brother in the audience. He's asking, in which way, because I want to make sure I'm saying this right, in which way is the Moorish American government recognized by the governments of the world?
In which way? What do you mean? In which way?
Like, how is it? For instance, when governments come together and they sit at the round table, and governments are recognized, like United States recognized China, China recognized Italy, Italy recognized such and such. Have you been recognized on that level as a government?
Oh, yes, we have. Yes, we have. Yes, sir. Yes, we have been. We have been recognized as a government. Yes. Now, however, now the main thing is it's for the citizens to come into their own, because mind you, we are still in a transition. So the world of the United Nations wants to know what will be the mindset of the Asiatics when they come into their own. What is the mindset? Because even as we look right now, okay, you have the Moorish American right now inside the organization, inside the charter. Okay, all the Moors there, they have the fairs, but now let's go below that. Now, what about the Moors out here in the street?
No. I don't want to go too far first. I want to try to see, how, is there any minutes to the meeting where this round table took place? Were there any document, conversation, videotape, anything? Whereas though, when we look at governments and governments sit down at the table, we're saying that, if this is a Moorish American government legitimately, and there was a meeting with another government, which government was that? When did it happen? And can we see the minutes or some type of video footage of this happening? And what was discussed? Okay,
let me ask you this here. If the prophet said, the prophet said that he comes to extend, he said that he had come, to propagate the faith of Muhammad and to extend the truth. How can the faith be extended if ones want to see everything?
Yeah, I get all that. I just want to know about the meeting first. Let's talk about the meeting first, and then we can get into the philosophical understanding and unfoldment to extend the learning. When did this meeting of governments happen?
Well, it's all on document. If you want to know, I will address. I will point one to go and get the zooming of a nation. It's all the documentation in the back of there. All the documentation, all the files was in the zooming of the nation. Global Jew Ali, the zooming of the nation through Sheikh Elohim Pleasant Bay. However, this is not a Pleasant Bay thing. It's Global Jew Ali. So again, if one wants to see everything, well, it's a faith act. Because it's not about, because this is the problem with the people. We're looking outside of this stuff as opposed to going within.
No, but listen, brother, we're having an intelligent conversation. An intelligent, two intelligent grown men. We're saying that, if I told you that Poland and France had a meeting, and these two governments sit down to discuss trade relations between Poland and France, then I can verify that meeting by documentation. And it's not to disqualify Polish or France, but it's to verify that the meeting actually took place.
Okay. Well, yes, sir. Well, again, I'll point you to go or to get some of the brothers here on this here call. Either you can get the book, Zooming of a Nation, because the documentation is right there. The document is there. The documentation are there. And if you want to hear it verbally, you can get on the call at www.morishamericangovernment.land. You see, because it's all there. The documentation is all there. Mind you, I'm a citizen. So it was the grand speaker, it was the chairman who did all the footwork. And I see it because I'm walking the walk myself. You see, it wasn't that he gave me anything, I had to use my own resolve, my own consciousness to walk into it as kid. So once I got here, it began to unfold because I studied it for myself and I see it. So everything is not going to be given all at once. However, it's right here in the resuming of the nation.
So
It's not there.
So what the Prophet Noble Ali was teaching and all the successes that he had, what in relation that the Moorish American government is doing in relation to what the Prophet did? Because what I hear you saying is we have this government. You have to buy this book to verify, to see this. That's what I hear you saying. And so what I'm saying is
no,
that...
No, sir. That's not what you understand. When you asked me to give you the answer, to verify the minutes that was being taken care of. Okay, now mind you, I am a citizen. However, I am with the government. Now, what goes on with the president, the Donald Trump, everything that he does, anybody don't know down here within their jurisdiction what's all being done between them, because that's a clandestine move, because it's politics. Everybody knows what goes on after it becomes law. When it becomes law, then the people know. But behind closed doors, that's when all the communication goes on between the political figures. And then the citizens later on will find out. So I didn't give one. This is not what I'm saying. The one have to go to the kids. You asked me where is the documentation at. I'm saying, well, go to this book and you can see for yourself. But however, there are still things that are being done.
So
you see,
let me say this, and I don't want you to take me as an antagonizer. So please don't. But it's a real question. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the government actually have conference calls every week. Now, brother, I haven't seen a government on the face of the earth that I haven't seen a government on the face of the earth, first of all, that have conference calls as it relates to official business. They have a round table most times. But can you tell us where is the seat of, in other words, the seat of government for the United States? And I'm giving y'all a shout out. People can call it in because I just put a flyer up on the screen. The seat of government of the United States is in D.C., right? Where is the seat of government for the Moorish American government?
The Cambridge, Virginia, Robert. That's headquarters right there. Cambridge, Virginia. That's where it is. Okay, but let me say something to you. Because you say you haven't seen a government that holds a conference, they have a conference call. Okay, now mind you, also, beloved, it takes a Moorish American to teach a Moorish American, first of all, how to be a Moorish American. This is the reason why we have these conference calls. Because it's being done, there's the enlightenment and the revelations, how we have one particular people, a stiff-necked stubborn people, unwilling to come to the fulfillment of what the prophet had laid down. So what's being done there within the government is teaching the Moors how to be Moors, so we can go and encourage other citizens of the jurisdiction to leave out those jurisdictions and come out of it and come into their own before that terrible day is surely come. The prophet told us that the wrath of Allah is going to come. If we don't get it right this time, there is no coming back. And if we don't get it right, the worst is yet to happen. The worst is yet to come. So this is the urgency for me on the citizen plane of our government to be at my conference call by the bylaws of Act 7, so I can learn. So I'm going to teach other Moors to get out their jurisdiction and come into our own. Because those clandestine meetings that are happening with the United States in America are going to unfold because of that black, Negro, and colored mentality that's going on out there. You see, All the shooting?
Okay, bro,
Okay,
I don't want to go into proselytizing. I want to go into our dialogue because, and we'll get into all that, I'm sure. So our conversation started online, but before we get into that, let me just read something to you. And brother, I don't want you to try to ready your stance on defense. I want you to at least try to hear with a clear mind, right? And then I want you to relate it to what you've been taught, right? And so I'm going to read it right now. This is from the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. It says, the citizens...
Where you coming from, y'all, man? Where you coming from?
Listen to it. This is from the Moorish pamphlet. This is from the Moorish, the Moorish Guide newspaper. And
the Moorish Guide newspaper.
1928.
What year was that?
1920.
Okay, those general laws. Okay, yes, sir. Come on.
That's not general laws.
Sorry about that.
Listen to me. This is.
Yes, sir, I apologize.
Listen to this. It says the citizens of all free national governments, according to their national constitution, are of one family bearing one free national name. Those who fail to recognize the free national name of their constitutional government are classed as undesirables and are subject to all inferior name and abuses and mistreatments that the citizen cares to bestow upon them. And it is a sin for any group of people to violate the national constitution laws of a free national government and to cling to names and principles that delude to slavery. He goes on to say, I, the prophet, was prepared by the great God Allah to warn my people to repent from their sinful ways and go back to the state of mind of their forefathers. Divine and national principles that they may be law abiders and receive their divine rights as citizens according to the free national constitution. So at this in 1928, he said we have divine rights as citizens, and he say according to the free national constitution. What citizens of what constitution is he talking about?
The citizens of Moorish America are joined to their constitution of Moorish American, adjacent to their government.
Brother,
one national.
I want you to break that down real slow for us. Break it down real slow so we can get it.
Okay, yes, sir. You said when you in the beginning part, well, you said the citizens were the citizens of Moorish America, adjacent to the divine constitution of Moorish America, that's also governed by the government of Moorish America. So if one free person, one free national people have a free national government, the government is here. Calling the citizens to come into their own, be governed by their constitution of their government, and to remove themselves from the names that delude slavery.
All right. So I'm looking at the chat right now, and somebody says the original Constitution of Indigenous USA. I haven't seen that right. The similar document for the substate known as Euro-US is but a version. See, the Iroquois Constitution, the prophet wasn't talking about that, and I'm going to show you how in a minute. This ain't to you. This is to the audience that is watching. Now, it goes on to say in this document, there is but one issue for them to be recognized by this government. What is this government? There is, and that's a rhetorical question. It says there is but one issue for them to be recognized by this government and of the nations of the earth. And it comes only through the connection of the Moorish Divine and National Movement, which is incorporated in this government. He didn't say something new. He said, there is but one issue for them to be recognized by this government and of the nations of the earth, and then it comes through the connection through the connection of the Moorish Divine National Movement, which is incorporated in this government. He's talking about the Moorish Science Temple of America, where he said, I have this
Yes, sir.
incorporated in this government, I have charters issued to every state throughout the United States. And it says, and recognized by all nations of the world. Then he goes a step further and says, and through it, they and their children can receive their divine rights unmolested by other citizens. Now here's the kicker, that they can cast a free national ballot at the poll under the free national constitution. The free national ballot would relate to the presidential candidacy. You follow me? And the free national constitution in which that ballot is structured under would be the Constitution of the United States. So when the prophets say, ye are a citizen of the USA, how is that? How can it be justified of creating a Moorish American government in 2005 when the prophet had this covered? Now, many people don't know how the end is supposed to look, because many people think that we are becoming the United States of American government, which that is not the case. But you have to join the temple to really understand the science behind what the prophet is talking about. But what I'm saying is the prophet covered all angles, and maybe we have a misunderstanding. That's my point.
Oh, okay. The issue. You said the issue is. It seems like the issue is a lack of trust within what the prophet had brought to the world. It's coming into it right now. How to be a citizen? It says the United States Constitution. It clearly, if we are to move and be a sovereign people, because first of all, because there is no free ballot even going inside of their ballot. Not for us, it's not as a people. I mean, not being broke down and go back and other people. There is no free ballot there, because it takes three for every one of us. I mean, for every one of them, it takes about 2 or 3 of us to equal one of them on the ballot, on their ballot. So it takes about 2 or 3 Asiatics to equal one European male at the ballot, first and foremost. And then it was not even free, because now we had our people fought for civil rights. So you're making a transition. So come on. So let me interject real quick. So you saying what the prophet's saying about casting a free ballot? There is no such thing as a free ballot. That's what you're saying? I mean, not inside of the USA. So that's what I'm saying. Let's be clear. Either we're going to say the prophet is right or the prophet is wrong. The prophet says your only way up out of this is your connection to the Moorish National and Divine Movement. That's your only way up out of this. And it's incorporated in the government. Now, so thirdly, the Moorish and Divine Movement now is where? So now we moved out of that era of those jurisdictions. Now we come into our own. How can we be of our own when we being dictated to by everybody else? But we're not being dictated to. The thing is, what I'm trying to say is that maybe there's a misunderstanding of the process of how this Moorish Science Temple of America work. As we was talking about, now we get into the dialogue part on Facebook, where I was trying to quickly say to you that the Moorish Science Temple of America is an organization that metamorphoses into a nation. There is no need for new government, for the government structure that was taught by the prophet already exists within the Moorish Science Temple of America. But we need to have the people giving a $5 donation. We appreciate you, family. We need all we can get. We do more than this. I might get some dirt on my hands and show you. We do more than this. We do more than talk on TV, on Moorish World TV. We actually work on the ground. You see what I'm saying? And so $5 can get me a paintbrush. It don't take much to build a nation. And I got to do a drop real quick, brother Ameen. We keep
people, and you ain't gonna have no government. Ranking, shout out to Brother Sharif Adil Bey and his students by climbing to the top of the rank. I thank Kyle, send my salutes to Kyle, and I've been watching now. I've been busy, but I've been watching. Shout out to the seafood. My brother, back to you. The floor is yours, brother.
Okay, it's long. Okay, well, you said that we can't be okay, you mentioned about being a government inside of a government. You cannot be a government inside of a government because the government that's inside of any other government is being governed.
Brother.
There's no sovereignty in that. If you're saying that all 500 separate organizations within the jurisdiction of the United States in America, you saying that all these guys, because a lot of them say that they are their own government themselves, yet they all throwing up the very same flag of Morocco. Okay, how can an organization themselves be a government within a government when it's that main government that those ones are tied into? Who can come and remove everything? They can remove every single one of those ones inside of those chartered organizations. Now, ones may be able to govern themselves, but they're not a government.
Okay, now that's where you're wrong.
Okay,
that's where you're wrong. When you look at governments with inside a government, normally what you're seeing is the birth of new governments. Whenever there's a birth of a new government, it starts within a government. That's number one. This is universally fact. Now, when you let me start for a minute. When you go into Israel, where Israel occupied the Gaza Strip, and you have Yasser Arafat and the PLO. The PLO is an organization recognized as a government to represent the Palestinian people. You follow what I'm saying? But they are still subjected at this time to the laws of Israel, but they are also able to self-governing. There's a balancing act right there when a birth of a government happens. Governments are birthed out of other governments. The United States was birthed out of what? All governments are birthed out of other governments, and they're subject to the principle of the formal government until they gain a strength, and then they begin to separate themselves. I'll give you another example. I'll give you another example. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, in Spain, they have what you call autonomous governments. Whereas though these autonomous governments are governments within the jurisdiction of Spain, yet they are independent of Spain. You see what I'm saying? But they are still under somewhat of the same principles of governing of the whole Spain, but they have independent governments too. So the whole thing is that let me finish.
Okay,
the birth of a new government, the birth of any government is always coming out of a former government. This is why in the Bible it says, "Come up out of her, my people." But there's a process. You follow what I'm saying? There's a process for this to happen. You just don't get a piece of paper and say we're a government and you still flush the toilet of the government that you're part of. You still use the lights and electricity. You still use the roads. That's not self-governing to the pure sense.
Okay. I just understand now. Okay. So you're talking about Israel.
Hold up, 1 second real quick. Let me thank my brother Jonathan Scott Bay, $2. And I'm going to tell you, at the dollar store, the Dollar Tree, they sell paintbrushes by the pack. You can get 4 in a pack for $1. I'm trying to tell you, I use them if I don't have the finance I need. So I appreciate you, my brother. That's right. We're going to make it all work. But here we go. The floor is yours again, brother. I'm not going to cut you off no more.
Okay, yes, sir. No, I understand. Okay, well, you have made a reference of Israel. Okay, that's the commodity of that's similar to the United States. It is a commodity of tribes to come together and form themselves into a commodity of people, or into a government, which actually is a corporation still, just like the United States. And then you also made a reference also to those reservations or those preservations of tribes or those indigenous ones who claim to say they have ties to those Indians, so to speak, which are another misnomer. But they are on what's called it a reservoir or preservation. They are occupying land that's not actually theirs, so they occupying that land under their own banner of government. I understand what you're saying, but in that regard. So forth also goes this here government that is the Moorish American government. This is the government that's unfolding for the nation of people. So as the seed unfolds, so the flower, so also is this government. So this government is unfolding. So everything that you just said about the 500 or so organizations unfolding themselves into a government. Well, okay, but those organizations
is recognized by Donald Trump, and you can't show me that. Can you give me a letter or something that I can show the people? You can drop it in Messenger. See, we can't say these things no more. Okay, we are in the information age.
Did you know that Woodrow Wilson had recognized the prophet for being who he was?
I don't agree with that. I believe that's an old fable, brother.
Okay. So again, for the same conflict that was going on then, because the prophet had to get up out of this civil suit because the members were unwilling to believe in how effective what he had brought them. Because even when he came to the Kansas, they were so caught up into the rest Freemasonry of Prince Hall and the acceptance that the Europeans gave them as a Negro Freemason. You see, so he had to step outside of that and go around that blackboard to get to it done.
Brother, I get all that rationalization. I've heard every argument known to man. But when you say that you are a sovereign government, you have to know what you're saying. When you say that you're a sovereign government, brother, you're going to be just like a brother said on in the chat. He says, let me read this, what this brother say, because it relates to just the, he said, we cannot be operating like Moors from another country. That's how temple Moors function to me, Solomon Ross. But now let me tell you something. We claim this sovereign stuff, and we claim to be independent, but in a split second, you're going to go eat, and you're going to take a poop, and you're going to have the luxury of flushing a toilet that is orchestrated by a government that has a treatment plant. So you don't have to sit in your doo-doo. You see, you can't claim independence and sovereignty and go take a poop and flush a toilet, get on a road that's paved, and claim that you are some independent sovereign. You're not sovereign. You're not. You cannot be sovereign. Listen to what sovereign is.
The United States, more. Yes, sir. More. The United States is we're going to back to slavery. Every indigenous act was done by the Moor. That every idea, creativity, they take credit for.
Brother.
We good to America for what it is. Yes, sir.
Brother, sovereign government is bigger than saying that I'm sovereign. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there is sovereignty consists of all aspects of life. It's total detachment.
Land, air, and water.
It's total detachment.
Constitution and government.
That's right. That's what I'm saying, though. Bro,
about being sovereign about our own constitution. Yes, I'm here, you love.
Bro, you're going to go and wash your hands. And that water came from a government treatment plant. And that government treatment plant was not the Moorish American government. Therefore, you are dependent upon your taxes to make sure you can wash the poop off your hands that's orchestrated by this government.
Well, listen, because even if I've done it, I could go right there to Lake Michigan, man.
You're not gonna go to Lake Michigan. You can't. You spoiled. You love the luxury.
No, I'm not for you because no, I'm not because anything that I want, everything right now that the people out there doing right now, they're doing right now for the advancement of another people. No, the people out there do not even know. They need to have faith because that's the issue. The issue right now, like you said, one nation, one government. It's coming because the issue is having a lack of faith. So the very thing that our public had to go through now, we're going through it right now.
Absolutely.
Because the Moors do not want to accept, we don't have faith in it. Everybody want to see it right now. That's the problem. Everybody want to see it as opposed to coming into it. Because that go with him, Moor.
I don't want to cut you off. I don't want to cut you off. But let me give a shout out to Solomon Ross. Solomon Ross says the Moorish Temple are not a government. I never said that the Moorish Science Temple was a government. However, it has every component to metamorphose into a government. It is styled with every, let me say it like this. If I said it, it is a government in theory, but not a government in practice as of today. But there is every function of the Moorish Science Temple of America organization to allow it to metamorphose into a government if those who are in charge know what they're doing with the organizational structure. Many people don't know the organizational structure. Therefore, it looks like a church.
More. Let me ask a question. The prophet just set up the temples to become a government.
I can prove it.
He set the temples up for the Moors to become Moorish American citizens, not to form an organization into a body of politics.
That's wrong. You're wrong.
To save nations, not organizations. The duty of a prophet is to save nations. How can a government, an organization, be set up to unfold into a government where there are right now 500 separate Moorish American Science Temples throughout the whole United States? A lot of the temples right now, the sheiks and a lot of the wars right now are incarcerated.
Okay.
So not a lot of wars are here now. How many organizations right now that you are affiliated with, are you all coming together as a united front, or is there differences right now? Because even you and I, on the level of which we're having right now, because you.
All right. So you say that I was trying to hold on to your first statement, right? And you said that the prophet did not come for you say for a government and stuff like that, right?
No.
Can you say it again?
Yes, sir. I said the prophet had come. The duty of a prophet is to save nations, not organizations. He set the organizations up to teach the people how to be better citizens. When he comes to save nations, not organizations.
All right. So when you look at the way that the prophet set this organization up, right? And you understand how the prophet set this organization up. I'm about to show you something real quick. I'm gonna bring it. Hold up. Let me highlight it before. Let me highlight it before. The way that the prophet set this organization up, right? And you just say he didn't set it up as a body politic or et cetera, et cetera. You know, that's what you said.
No.
What did you say?
Wait.
I want to make sure I get you right.
It was set up for the Moors and the Temple, for everyone whom he made adapt and sheiks to teach the NBCs how to become Moorish American better citizens.
Moorish American
citizens.
The citizens of what though? You know what I mean? It'll be a citizen of something.
To remove themselves from the doctrination of the pale-skinned European. Because they choose
now I'm
not
asking
to amalgamate to marry into the pale-skinned European.
To be
teaching us to get out of They Europe give back the Church of Christianity and learn ourselves.
But no, you said
Like
he
the
wanted to
two
teach us to be better Moorish American citizens. Citizens of what? Because your government
Of Moorish
didn't start
America.
until 2005.
You know what more? I'm quite sure that the Moors have been willing to adhere to the principles of what the prophet was giving him then.
But you're not, brother, you're not answering me. Do you say you said out of your mouth that the prophet was teaching us to become better citizens? I'm asking you, citizens of what? Because your government was not established to 2005.
Okay. Why do you think the so-called the Black Wall Street go? Because
that's not what that's not what I'm asking you. I'm only asking you. I'm only asking you. You said the prophet came to make us better citizens. I'm only asking you, citizens of what?
Of our sovereign land. Back into our inheritance of our land. What make us sovereign citizens? Sovereign citizens.
Brother, you know that can't be true, brother, because if the prophet say he's making us better citizens, that's indicative that there's a government that exists that we are citizens of. And when he say better citizens, that means we are citizens, but we're not the best citizen that we could be. Better means to improve on.
This that is. If we are Moorish Americans and the people are named after themselves and not NBC, the Moorish, every indigenous people have a right to a nationality. But without nationality, they're not recognized. So he was teaching how to be Moorish American. Stand up, remember, I am a Moorish American. I'm not Negro, black, and colored. That was the fall of the Black Wall Street because they're not a recognized people. They are people who belong to the government in which they are citizens in. Black, Negro, and colored belong to the people who labeled them that. But had they had a nationality and been industrious in their ways and their acts and deeds, they could not have been harmed because they tied themselves back into their land. But since they wouldn't accept that, that was the outcome. He was teaching the Moors how to be Moorish American citizens, sovereign, back into their land, because we are the descendants of the ancient Moabites from the habitability of shores before the time of duly constitutional slavery. The duty of a prophet is to save nations and not organizations. They didn't want to hear that. They were happy being Negro Masons, Christians. So the Black Wall Street fell because they were black people, Negro, colored, African American church members. That's why they fell, because they were doing more than their slaveholders, and they had to remove them one because they were black, Negro, and colored. And the prophet was teaching us how to be sovereign, Moorish American citizens, tying ourselves back to our indigenous land.
Okay. So the prophet said, when he said we are incorporated in this government, he meant just that. And why did he incorporate us in this? This is why. I'm showing the Herds Provide Statute Act. And one of the main purposes of being incorporated in this government, let me read it. Any church, let me read it. Any church, congregation, or society, pay attention to the word society, formed for the purpose of religious worship, may become incorporated in the manner following: by electing or appointing according to the usage or customs at any meeting held for that purpose, 2 or more of its members as trustees, wardens, or vestrymen, or such other officers whose powers and duties are similar to those of trustees, as shall be agreeable to the uses and customs, rules, and regulations of such congregation, church, or society, and may adopt a corporate name. The Prophet Noble Lee, we adopted as our corporate name the Moorish Science Temple of America. And upon filing the affidavit, the Prophet filed the affidavit, and hereafter provided, it shall remain a body politic and corporate by the name so adopted. Now I stop right there. Once one becomes a body politic, They are they are at the beginning stages of unfolding into a nation, because a body politic moves multiple amounts of people into one direction. So, for instance, Prophet Noble Ali said he had 3,000 Muslims on the Southwest Side Temple and Temple number 1 moving together. That's how they took over South Side of Chicago, and South Side of Chicago became theirs. You follow me? In a short amount of time. Also, when the prophet say, do you want your own town? Do you want your own policeman? Do you want your own fireman? Do you want your own city council? There's a process for that to happen. But nobody wants to sit at the foot of a master to learn the process. We want to try to create something new. The prophet lays it out very simple, but it's going to take a little bit of work, and it's going to take a little bit collective thought, and a little bit of elbow grease, as the elders would say. But the prophet has already laid it out. He has already laid it out, brother. And I'm going to tell you, the moment that any group of people in any society becomes a body politic consciously, that opens the door for that body politic to take over the body politic that exists. And I'll leave it right there.
Okay, yes, sir. Okay, grant that. Okay, yes, sir. Okay, then grant that. Now, the body politic right now is, again, the Moorish American government. Okay, this is the body. We are the body politic. I am a citizen.
Let me ask you.
Within my constitution. So everything that you're speaking of right now has already been laid out and already been done.
Let me ask you,
what,
from your definition, what exactly is a body politic? Your definition.
Well, it says the Grand Sheikh and the Chairman of Moorish America are empowered to make law and enforce laws with the assistance of the Prophet and the Grand Body of Moorish America. The assistant Grand Sheikh is to assist the Grand Sheikh in all affairs if he lives accordingly to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and it is known before the citizens of Moorish America.
Brother.
Now, we're not speaking about members nor members.
I'm asking you. I'm asking you again. I'll ask you again. What is your definition of a body politic? Because that doesn't answer the question.
Okay. The body politic is a divine constitution of Moorish America. That's what it is to me,
bro.
That's what a body of politics is,
bro.
A body of politics. Here it is right here. A body of politics is for the advancement of a nation of people. That's what a body of politics is. Which is led by the Grand Sheikh and our Chairman of Moorish America.
Brother, that's not body politic by definition. That's not body politic.
When you asked me, you asked me what it was, right?
Yeah.
But you asked me what that was. So you want me to give you, I'm giving you the best answer that I could give you. You said whether I think a body is a body is a grand body that has a Grand Sheikh, a chairman, which is of course with the assistance of our pastor.
Bro.
That's a body politic.
Brother, a body politic is a body of people moving together politically. That's the body politic by definition. Now, that's number one. That's number one. Now, what you're reading is a adaptation of the divine constitution and bylaws.
You said I'm doing what?
You're reading an adaptation of Prophet Noble Drew Ali's divine constitution and bylaw.
A constitution is for what? It's a body of politics. A constitution is what constitutes a body of people for the advancement of themselves. That is the body of politics. It's the constitution.
Okay.
It's laid by the format.
Let me say this then. If your government is a body politic, what is your agenda this year?
My agenda right now?
Politically.
In hate. Okay. In hate. For me, to go out
No,
there
you
and
can't
get
say me.
as many more-
Once you say me,
No. Well, see, I'm telling you right now, is that, again, my thing right now, well, if you can recall again, recall again Act 1. If you remove members and citizens, remove members of organizations and you put government and citizens out of that whole Constitution, then you will see the agenda for the body of people. So right now, it's an urgency for me as a citizen, amongst other citizens, to awaken the consciousness of our people to step out of those jurisdictions and also those organizations to come into the body of politics as a citizen with other citizens, so we can move together forwardly, because this is a divine and national movement. We can't do it but they're separated by organizational structures, because it goes outside of the divinity.
all right. Well,
Come on.
Hey, brother. So you say we can't do it by organizational structure, right? So
No. What I'm saying is the government has to